Welcome back to the Rice Dynasty here on College Football 26. We continue our Sun Belt Conference play here in Week 3 as two undefeated teams will meet. The 3-0 Owls and the 2-0 Georgia Southern Eagles. The Owls took down the Golden Eagles of Southern Miss last week and are looking to continue their dominance over Bird teams this week against Georgia Southern. It won't be an easy task though. The Eagles are coming off of two very dominant wins to open their season, beating Fresno State by 20 in Week 1 and UL Monroe by 25 in Week 2 to open their Sun Belt Conference slate. And taking a look at this roster, you can definitely see there's a lot of talent here. I compare this roster very evenly to what we faced last week in Southern Miss. A really good running back in O.J. Arnold has nearly 300 rushing yards in just 2 games with almost 6 yards per carry. Wide receiver Josh Dallas, number 19, has 201 receiving yards in his 2 games. They have a great tight end in River Helms, a strong defensive line anchored by nose tackle Latrell Bullard, but 3 very strong corners. Chance Gamble, Aiden Jackson, and Tracy Hill are the strength of this defense. Definitely a mismatch for us to look for and see how our receiving corps can handle these elite corners. 2 unbeaten teams enter, only 1 will emerge, still with 0 losses in that column. It's the Owls and the Eagles looking to get underway here. Chase Allen will kick the ball off to Georgia Southern, who gets the ball first, and we are underway. Ball is fielded, taken out, a quick move, and taken down by Drayden Dickman at the 14. Let's take a look at this Georgia Southern offense. O.J. Arnold had 125 yards and 2 touchdowns last week in their victory over UL Monroe, but they'll start in the air. Quarterback J.C. French dumps it to, that is the tight end, River Helms, and he will get close to a first down. On 3rd and inches out of the stack, French will throw it to wide receiver Dalen Cobb. He dances around the backfield but is taken down by Max Lofi, not getting the first down. So Georgia Southern will have to punt on their opening possession. This is the all-conference punter, Alex Smith. He will kick it away to Aaron Turner, who will field it at the Rice 35. He'll cut upfield at the 40 where he is taken down there. Rice will begin their first possession of the afternoon with a handoff to Max Balthazar, who has some running room. He picks up 11 yards, which will not be enough for a first down. There was a false start on the first play from scrimmage. So Rice facing 2nd down and 4. Chase Jenkins going to roll right, throwing outside. It is caught by Landon Ransom Goals. That is going to be a gain of 22. An explosive pass for the Owls gets them to the 30. Where Jenkins is back to pass on 2nd down. He throws it to Ransom Goals again, turns upfield, and fights his way to the 16. Getting the number 1 receiver involved quickly on 1st and 10. Jenkins pulls the ball, tries to pitch it to Taji Atkins, but the ball's on the ground. Atkins picks it up, but he's going to lose 20 on the run. And I'll bring up 2nd and 30. Jenkins, he's back to throw, in trouble, under pressure, and sacked. Latrell Bullard and Deshaun Davis both end the Rice drive. On 1st down for Georgia Southern, they give it to Arnold, and he breaks away from Jordan Campbell, who had him dead to rights in the backfield. Instead, on his first carry of the day, Arnold picks up 13. On 1st down now, Georgia Southern is going to shift, bring formation into the boundary. French back to pass. He's in trouble and is sacked. That is Demone Green, who is matched up against Arnold in pass protection. I don't care how good you are. Putting a running back on a 250-pound edge rusher is not going to work. 2nd and 18. Now Georgia Southern goes empty. French back to throw. Taking a shot down the right sideline. He's got a man open. That is Dalen Cobb. He got behind Amari Porter, and that is a touchdown. We got stuck in Stubby. If you didn't watch the Cover 4 Palms video, I talked about Stubby. One of the weaknesses of it, if the opposing offense is willing and able to throw deep to number 1 vertical. Amari Porter's a pretty good corner. He's not that good, and Georgia Southern got us there. A long touchdown puts them up 7-0. and Rice's offense has got to get right to work. On the next drive, Rice's offense will start 3rd and 1. Max Balthazar is the Wildcat quarterback. He pulls it, gets a lot of running room, and is able to get his way close to midfield. A good run for Balthazar. Picked up 16 there. On 1st down, Jenkins now takes his spot again at quarterback. He brings Cole in motion, is going to pull it. Following a great block from John Long, he's able to pick up a 1st down. Into Georgia Southern territory for the 2nd time today. 1st and 5 now, following a penalty on Georgia Southern. Jenkins going to go play fake it to Quentin Jackson. He steps up and he's just going to run, taking it himself for a 1st down to the 28-yard line. And that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. Georgia Southern strikes first. They're up 7-0, but only 2 drives for both teams. Rice has been moving the ball well. The fumble on their 1st drive just kind of ended things altogether there. But their 2nd drive looking much more promising as Jenkins gets the 2nd quarter underway, throwing it to Ransom Goals, who turns upfield and gets to the 13-yard line before being taken out of bounds. On 3rd and 5, Jenkins to throw again. He's rolling in trouble, trying to get away. He will, turning the corner and jumping into the end zone. Rice will tie it up as Chase Jenkins once again gets it done with his legs. Georgia Southern will go 3 and out on their next possession. It's 3rd and 8 for Rice on their following time with the football. Jenkins back to throw. He takes it over the middle, and that is caught by Artis Cole into Georgia Southern territory, and now Rice is going to go fast. Georgia Southern brought a little bit of pressure there on 3rd down, but Cole, running his deep dig route, was able to get open against the solo coverage and settle down over the middle for Jenkins to hit him. Now Jenkins will roll right, dump it to Quentin Jackson, gets a block from Barnett, and is taken down at the 30-yard line. So Rice has been able to move the ball pretty well on offense. They get another 3rd down here, 3rd and 6. That's Jackson in the backfield. Jenkins will swing it out to him. He gets a block, gets outside into the 10-yard line, down to the 5 goes Quentin Jackson. Jenkins already over 100 passing yards today. Not something you see too often out of this Rice offense. On 1st and goal, they miss the play-action boot throw to Will Swartz, who would have just walked in there. On 2nd down, it's a handoff to Tyvon Byers, and he's just going to walk in now. That is a touchdown, and Rice takes the lead. Georgia Southern's defense was trying to shift with the motion from Quentin Jackson, and they got all out of sorts. Byers was just able to walk right into the end zone. Georgia Southern back on offense now, down by 7. French is going to throw this one to the outside to wide receiver Dylan Gary, who is able to pick up 6, bring up a very manageable 2nd and 4. Arnold in the backfield. They're going to throw the RPO, and that ball goes off the head of left tackle Colin Clancy. They're actually going to give a pass deflection to Jordan Campbell. On 3rd and 4, French sails that ball for Josh Dallas, but I really think he could have made an effort to catch it. Either way, Rice gets the football back just ahead of the 2-minute warning. Facing 3rd and 7, Jenkins back to throw. He fires, and settling down over the middle of the field is Micah Barnett. And they're going to try and hurry up here. I'm not sure if they're going to get a snap off for the 2-minute warning. They are not. But Rice is moving now with a 2-minute drill, all 3 timeouts, in very good field position, trying to get some points before the half. Jenkins takes the snap. He is going to fire downfield, but the pressure got there just in time from Deshaun Davis. Braden Walker was breaking open, but not enough time to get enough air on the ball. On 2nd and 10, Jenkins is sacked again by Deshaun Davis. He is having his way with right tackle Brad Bauer. That ends the Rice drive. And now Georgia Southern trying to get some points with a minute left. French pulls the ball. He's taken down by Amari Porter for a loss of 1. And now going hurry up into an empty set is Georgia Southern. French snaps it at 50. He will throw outside, incomplete, looking for Dylan Gary once again. Very quickly, 3rd down 11. Four receivers strong to the left for Georgia Southern. French to throw. He fires over the middle. It is caught by Helms. He breaks away from Jack Kane, and Georgia Southern does convert. They take their second timeout, bring up a first down. French fires quickly. That's caught by O.J. Arnold. He's in a foot race with Porter at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Hit into the end zone, and that is a touchdown for Georgia Southern. Rice was trying to set up a safety blitz with Davion Hook, but that left no one to account for Arnold leaking out of the flat on the rail route. A very quick throw from French, just dumping it off to his hot read, and Arnold is able to do the rest. Georgia Southern's going to tie this thing up right before the half at 14. Into halftime now. We are tied at 14. It's been a very competitive game so far, and the Rice offense has really been departing from what they want to do. Only 37 rushing yards. They have 12 first downs, but they've had to do a lot of it through the air. The pass protection also has not been good enough. Deshaun Davis and Latrell Bullard are really having their way with this Rice offensive line. If they're going to want to win in this second half, they're going to have to pass protect a lot better and try and get the ball out a bit quicker. Try and get these receivers, Artis Cole, Braden Walker, a bit more involved in the intermediate passing game and let them do some more of the work after the catch. Defensively, I think we've played well. It's just been two big plays given up by this defense. They won't have to see the field first. It'll be Rice's offense. Jenkins will hand it off to Balthazar, and he is taken down by Jaquan McGinney. Well, if we can't pass protect, and now we can't run block, I'm not really sure what we expect to do on offense. 2nd and 12, Jenkins to throw, under pressure again, and that ball is off of the head of, I believe that was Weston Kropp. It brings up 3rd down and 12 out of the empty set. Rice to throw once again. Jenkins fires, looking for someone. I can't tell if that was for Ransom Goals or for Cole. Either way, it's a 3 and out. Rice will punt the ball back to Georgia Southern. He takes over again on offense. French throws quickly. That is caught by Helms. He will pick up 5. J.C. French already with 179 yards and 2 touchdowns. But don't forget about this guy. O.J. Arnold is able to pick up the first down on 2nd and medium. Keeping the chains moving now for the Eagles. French back to throw. He fires over the middle. Is caught by Josh Dallas, and he has a first down. Pretty good coverage from Max Ahoya, but Dallas is just one of the best receivers in this conference. You're going to have to be a lot better than that if you want to knock the ball out. French taking a shot downfield for Dallas. Ahoya's there, and Dallas comes down with it. What a catch by the best receiver on this team. Just mossing Max Ahoya, putting Georgia Southern up now 21-7. When you got a wide receiver that good against corners that frankly just aren't that good, sometimes it's better to just be lucky than good. Just chuck it up there, and Josh Dallas does the rest. Rice goes 3 and out, so now Georgia Southern gets the ball back, and they have an opportunity to go up by 2 possessions. O.J. Arnold spins out Davion Hook. He has a first down and is taken down just shy of midfield. Georgia Southern would make their way into Rice territory on 3rd and 8. French throws outside. That is caught by Dylan Gary, breaks away from Davion Hook, and is now down to the 13-yard line. Georgia Southern's really come out firing on offense. Rice has to get an answer here as they are down in the red zone. Handing off to Arnold. He breaks away quickly, but Damone Green is able to bring him down for a loss of 1. 3rd and 11. Georgia Southern really been going heavily into the empty sets. And French to throw. There's no one open. He's rolling right. Throwing outside is incomplete. Looking for Arnold. The pass was knocked away. Georgia Southern would add a field goal, though. They're now up by 12 as the 3rd quarter comes to a close. Balthazar out of the Wildcat. He's going to fire ahead, pick up about 10 as we enter the 4th quarter. Rice down by 10, but they are driving on offense. It's got to finish some drives. A couple of costly sacks and a bad fumble have lost them a couple of points on much better drives. Jenkins is going to bring Cole behind him in motion, fake the ball to Balthazar, and take a shot downfield. He's got Ransom goals, and he missed him. When you get a quarter's look as clear and obvious as that, and call up a one-on-one post route to your best receiver, you have to hit it, Chase Jenkins. 2nd and 10 upcoming. Braden Walker in motion. Jenkins will dump it to him, and he will pick up 5, bringing up a 3rd and medium. Rice going empty now. Jenkins will take the snap. Looking under pressure. Fires, is caught by Barnett, and he has just enough to get the first down. So the chains will move. Rice on this drive able to move to the 36-yard line. Jenkins will roll left. He is going to just run it inside the 30, inside the 20, down to the 15 goes Chase Jenkins. 17 yards on 12 carries. There have been some sacks in there. Quentin Jackson checks in now at running back. Jenkins going to float it to Jackson. He will not bring it in. Good coverage by Justin Myers on the little QB power RPO. Jackson goes in motion behind Jenkins now, who will fire it out to him, and that is fantastic pursuit by Brandon Tyson, the linebacker, taking down Jackson and bringing up 3rd down and 13. If you're Rice here, you are happy getting a field goal, cutting this back to a one-possession game. Jenkins will throw outside, is at the feet of Walker, and that'll be exactly what they are forced to do. Chase Allen on for the kick. It is up and good, right down the middle. Rice down now by a touchdown, but they're going to need a defensive stop to get the ball back. Closing on 6 minutes to go. French throws over the middle. It is caught by Josh Dallas, who breaks away from Ahoya and is taken down close to midfield. Now with 5 minutes to go, they're running Arnold. That's a good tackle by Ty Morris. Brings up 3rd down and 10. 4.5 minutes to go now. You got to start watching the clock. French throws outside. Pass is caught by Cobb, but he is pushed out of bounds at the 46. They bring Smith on the punt. Let's see if they actually kick it, and they will. Turner racing over to try and get to it. He'll let it go. Ball bounces out at the 1-yard line. That's what happens when you have an all-conference punter, I guess. Rice will start their drive in the Wildcat with Balthazar. They bring Jenkins in motion, and Balthazar is going to plow ahead, try and get some breathing room for the offense, and he'll do just that and then some. Picking up 6, bringing up 2nd and 4. Jackson checks in. Jenkins sends him out of the pattern. He'll check it down to Jackson. He will pick up 2, bring up a very big 3rd and 2. Rice, you have to convert here. You don't want to give the ball back to Georgia Southern with very good field position. Barnett motions over. Here comes Artis Cole. Jenkins going to pitch it to Cole. He's got a block. He's got the edge. Cole down the right sideline. He's at midfield. He's in a foot race. No one's going to catch him. And Artis Cole, just like that, 92 yards to the house. And Rice has tied up this game at 24. A 92-yard rushing touchdown for the wide receiver Artis Cole on the speed option. A very poor angle taken by Chance Gamble. And we don't have a lot of speed on this team, but Artis Cole has just enough to pull away and bring the Owls right back into this game. After the 2-minute warning, back on offense now. French is going to pull the ball for Georgia Southern. He will pick up about 5 before being taken down by Davion Hook. Georgia Southern going to move fast now. They're going trips. Rice adjusting their defense along with them. On 2nd and 5. French to throw. Here comes pressure. He's hit. Ball's out. It's recovered by Rice. Demo Green falls on it. And the Owls take over at the 28-yard line. It was Ty Morris on a blitz, and once again, a pass protection breakdown left him unblocked, and Demone Green's able to recover. Rice just trying to run out some clock now. Georgia Southern's going to take their first time out. 2nd and 14 coming up now. Jenkins with Jackson to his left, facing pressure, throwing outside, is caught by Artis Cole. He is going to get the first down. And that should just about do it. They should be able to run this clock out now. A handoff, and Jenkins is hit before he can even hand the ball off to Balthazar. Davion Rhodes brings him down. 2nd and 14. They have 3 backs in the backfield. Jenkins takes it, tries to pitch it to Jackson, and that ball goes behind him. Holy roller rule doesn't allow Jackson to advance, but now it's 3rd and 28. You don't want to lose too much yardage now. You're right on the edge of Chase's field goal range. They hand it off. Balthazar keeps it, and he will get 2. So after running the clock down, it'll be a 51-yard field goal with 10 seconds left for senior kicker Chase Allen. He has not missed yet this year. Ball spotted. Kick is away. It has the distance, and it is good! Rice takes the lead with 6 seconds to go on a 51-yard kick by senior Chase Allen. Rice now up 27-24. Allen to kick off. They're going to squib it. Short ball will be taken by Georgia Southern. They don't fair catch it, so they use up 2 seconds now. Ball at the 37-yard line. They got a long ways to go. You have to score a touchdown on this play. What does J.C. French have left? He's throwing outside. That's not going to get it done. Off the hands of Cobb. Off the hands of Rice defenders. And the ball falls incomplete. Rice, with a 4th quarter comeback, is able to score 13 in the last period of play and steal this game from the Georgia Southern Eagles. What a finish. What a play made by some of the best players on this team. Artis Cole with his long touchdown run. Ty Morris making another huge impact play with the strip sack. And how about kicker Chase Allen? He's been perfect on the year, and he has his biggest kick of the season right where we need it most. But hang on, everybody. We are not done. You are getting a double header this episode. I don't want every single game to get its own episode, and I do want to move quickly through seasons, especially in the first few seasons where we're not expecting to be competing for a championship and we're not playing high stakes games every single week. So today, we're going to be getting our first taste of some doubleheader action here in week 4, where we take on the 0-3 Marshall Thundering Herd. And when I took a look at Marshall, I didn't really know what to expect. I saw quarterback Zion Turner, and I see 2 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. And then I see this atrocity of a game log. 55-14 to Ball State, losing another game to Georgia by over 30 points, and then getting beat by Toledo by 13 is their best game of the season. This team does not have a lot of talent, and coming off of our games against Southern Miss and Georgia Southern, who have a lot more talent at the skill positions along the offensive line, at quarterback, defense, everywhere, I was really, really surprised at just how bad this team is. It's so bad that they don't even have a punter. I'm not kidding. Nathan Totten is their kicker, and he also handles punting duties. This is the 2nd worst offense in college football and the worst defense in the entire country, allowing nearly 45 points a game. So I went into this game kind of expecting more of the same, and I'm not going to go ahead and spoil anything here for you. That's exactly what we got. This game is going to get really ugly really, really fast. We're going to start with the Rice offense on the field. Out comes Chase Jenkins, and we're going to go ahead and get started out of the shotgun. We're going to set up with Balthazar in the backfield, Artis Cole in motion. We will hand it off to Balthazar on 1st down, and he will not get much. He's taken down by Jacarius Clayton for a gain of 1. On 2nd and 9 with a single high shell, Jenkins throws outside at the feet of Braden Walker. Where have we heard that before? It brings up 3rd down and long. So Jenkins out of the gun. He has Jackson to his left. He's adjusting the protections. Jackson checking with the line. Jenkins back to throw. He sets up, fires outside. It is caught by Landon Ransom goals, and that will be a first down. Rice going to move fast now, getting a little bit of no huddle going against this atrocious Marshall defense, just trying to get them on their toes. Jackson goes over to Jenkins' right. He gets the carry, bouncing around, and is taken down by Jadarius Green McKnight, one of the better players on this Marshall defense. Not that that's saying much. On 2nd and 11, Jackson goes behind Jenkins in motion. Jenkins will throw it to him, and Jackson is able to make a nice move on the corner. Dateon Smith to bring up 3rd down and 3. Tyvon Byers enters the backfield. Micah Barnett motions across. Jenkins will keep it, bouncing around off of John Long, and that will be a first down for Rice. Going to keep the same personnel on the field for first down. Barnett motions across. Marshall stacking the line, looking like they're going to bring pressure. They do. Jenkins throws it, caught by Byers, gets 2 blocks, another block from Cole, and that will spring Tyvon Byers. A long receiving touchdown countering the blitz, and Rice scores on their first drive of the day. It took less than 2 minutes for them to get points on the board, and they are up 7-0. Tyvon Byers is not that fast, and when he's able to pull away from your defense, you know that you have a problem. And to talk about a problem right here, Zion Turner, 4 interceptions against Toledo last week. I'm surprised that they only lost by 13 and only gave up 27 points. I would be fuming if I was the defense. But he starts out strong here with the run, getting 6 yards. And this is something that Marshall actually did pretty well this entire game. They ran the ball well. And they ran the ball well with Zion Turner. Maybe he should just convert to running back. He dumps it off to Adrian Turner, his number 1 wide receiver, and he's going to go ahead and pick up 5, get very close to the first down with freshman running back Mike Lown in the backfield. Turner will pull it. He will shake off Max Lofi and get just enough to pick up the first down. On first down, that is still Allen in the backfield. Turner, he will pull the ball, throw it quickly, and that is caught by the tight end Toby Payne for a first down. Payne is one of the best playmakers and players on this Marshall team. Allen gets the handle on first down. A nice juke brings him out to the 49, and it'll be 2nd down and 2. So Marshall is moving. And on 2nd down, they will stick with Allen. Makes a nice move on Awe. Shakes off Jack Kane. How about this freshman making some moves here on this experienced Rice defense? Turner going to pull it on 2nd down. He's got running room. Makes a move on Lofi and has another first down to the 29. So Marshall really was able to run the ball pretty well, especially with the quarterback. It actually looks a lot like our offense. Run the ball often with the QB and just some quick, simple passing. On first down, though, that's a long developing pass, and that's not going to end well. Blake Bonish gets his 3rd sack of the season. Turner clearly not happy about it. I imagine he's taken his fair share of sacks so far in this 0-3 start for the Thundering Herd. As you see Bonish looping around, and a very, very poor job by Peyton Ellis, just continuing to set vertically as Bonish cut inside. It brings up 3rd down and 11. Showing pressure here from Rice. They don't bring it. Just a 4-man rush, but there's no one open. And here comes Blake Bonish again. His 4th sack of the season. If you remember, back against Louisiana, when he had his first 2 sacks, he got them in a cluster. And he does it again, and how about that missed kick by Nathan Totten? I imagine that kicking and punting maybe tires out his leg a little bit. Back on offense now, Rice connecting with Chase Jenkins and Micah Barnett on a long first down play-action shot play. Brings up 1st and 10 once again. Barnett comes in motion, now returns back to the other side of the formation. A handoff to Jackson. He's got a lot of running room. Makes a move inside the 30, and he is taken out of bounds at the 28-yard line as the first quarter will be coming to a close after this play. Jenkins making adjustments to the play. He has 2 tight ends in. He hands it off to Balthazar, who bounces it back and is able to pick up 7 as the first quarter comes to a close. So you may be wondering, You said this was going to get ugly. You haven't seen anything yet. 120 yards of total offense for Rice, 10.9 yards per play, very efficient. The sun has now set as we enter the second quarter. Jenkins taking a look to the sideline on 3rd and 4. Jackson is the back. Jenkins will hand it off to Jackson. He cuts upfield and is going to have the first down to the 15-yard line. And Rice is going to go fast now. Barnett, the tight end, split to the left. They're keeping formation into the boundary. Jenkins snaps the ball, play action. He's rolling and throwing it to Braden Walker, who makes a nice catch. The two of them finally hook up down to the 3-yard line. They bring out Max Balthazar in the Wildcat. Balthazar will keep it going left and taken down. A gain of maybe 1 brings up 2nd and goal. Balthazar stays in. 2 tight ends go in motion to the right side of the field. All 4 receivers to the right side. Out of the pistol. Balthazar gets the handle. Cuts it back right in between the center and the guard. And that is a fantastic touchdown run for Max Balthazar. Some excellent vision on display from the junior running back as he's able to wiggle his way through the defense and hit pay dirt. 3rd and 13 for Marshall on their next drive. Zion Turner back to throw. Steps up, taking a shot down the field, looking for Adrian Norton. Pass is broken up by Max Ahoya and then volleyed all the way to the 15-yard line. Marshall would end up punting. Rice gets the ball back with just under 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. On 3rd and 8, pressure coming. Jenkins throws wide open over the middle of the field is Artis Cole, and that will be a first down. Rice moving here, 2nd and 7 from the 30-yard line. Balthazar is the back. Here comes Walker in motion. Jenkins to throw. He will hit Walker. He's got a first down and more inside the 20 into the red zone. Again goes the Rice offense. 2nd and 10 with the play clock running down. Jenkins throws over the middle. He's got Artis Cole. Not quite over the middle, more between the hash and the numbers, but it is a first down leading to 1st and goal. They bring the 21 personnel back on the field. Byers is the other running back with Balthazar. Jenkins keeps it, pitches it to Byers. He's going to the edge. He's got the edge. He's got his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 3rd of this episode. Once again, Tyvon Byers is not fast, and if he gets the edge on your defense and is able to score, you know you got a problem. And Marshall certainly has a problem now. It's 21-0 Rice, and Rice gets the ball right back after a Marshall 3-and-out. Quentin Jackson gets the pitch. He's going to roll his way out of bounds after picking up a first down. Now inside of 2 minutes, Rice trying to get more points before the break. Jenkins throws. He is almost picked off by Jadarius Green-McKnight. A fantastic job covering Micah Barnett's dig route. Brings up 2nd down and 15. Jenkins to throw. He's got Barnett. He's able to pull away from Jabril Alameen and get close to the first down. It'll be 3rd and 2. Rice moving fast here. You don't want to give Marshall the ball back with too much clock, so it'll be interesting to see how Rice handles this. Jenkins, he's going to snap it, pull it, running, pulling away, and is just able to get the first down, getting out of bounds. So Rice's 2-minute drill will stay alive. Jenkins looking to the sideline once again. Now he's going to set up and snap the ball with 7 on the play clock. He's going to pull it. He's got a lot of running room. Jenkins is pulling away. You've got to be kidding me. He's not that fast either. But that is a very long touchdown run for Chase Jenkins. And Rice has blown this game wide open. 28-0 here. Marshall has the ball back. Zion Turner to throw. He is sacked by Jordan Campbell. Beating left tackle Tyler McDuffie, bringing up 3rd down and 14. Turner to throw. He's going deep down the field, looking for Norton again. This time he hauls it in, breaks away from Ahoya, and he will score for now. It's coming back. A holding call on Peyton Ellis will wipe out the best play of the Marshall first half. And Rice will force a punt. Here's Nathan Totten. You're going to see a kicker try and punt the ball. It's not going to be a great one. Aaron Turner going to try and run in and take this one. He does and is able to get to the 34 of Marshall. So Rice is already in field goal range. And that's what they'll end up settling for at the end of the first half. Chase Allen on. This one's a little bit less pressure than his game winner from last week. Almost gets blocked and almost goes outside of the right upright. It just sneaks in. But Rice is going to end the first half up 31-0. And again, I said I'm not going to spoil anything. There's no comeback here for the Thundering Herd. So instead, we're going to talk a little bit about the Dynasty here and just how things are going. We might interject a little bit with some commentary about what's happening here, but expect a lot of running in the second half. And how about this play? I talked about it with Tyvon Byers. Chase Jenkins is fast for a quarterback, but he was actually pulling away from Jadarius Green-McKnight until the very end of the play. That's just not good if you're a college defense and a team that's not fast like us is pulling away on you from multiple long touchdowns. So starting out here, Marshall on their first drive. You're going to see Zion Turner. He does run the ball quite well. He's definitely an effective running quarterback. It's just the throwing of the ball is a bit of a challenge for him, which is unfortunate because that is a requirement of being a quarterback. But talking about the Dynasty, I've talked about a lot sliders and the difficulty here. This game was actually played on Heisman difficulty. I currently use the Ratings Matter Slider Project sliders, and those are meant to be on All-American as Marshall gets their one and what would be only touchdown of the day. It was a nice throw actually from Turner to Antonio Harmon, Marshall's leading receiver. But I like using All-American because I feel like Heisman just gives artificial difficulty boost to the CPU. It doesn't feel natural. The problem is the most recent patch that EA did made the CPU offense really, really incompetent, and they could not run the ball whatsoever. So the whole idea was, okay, we have to boost the difficulty somehow to get the CPU offense to actually move the ball, because they try to run the ball on first down, they would lose 2 yards, it'd be 2nd and 12, and then they just pass, and then wouldn't convert the first down, and then just punt it away. So it just wouldn't be competitive football. We put this game on Heisman, and despite the blowout, playing through this game, it actually felt really good. I think it was the best playing game that we had alongside the Georgia Southern game and the Houston game. So I was really happy with Heisman. We have discovered, though, through all of the many slider creators that work on these games, that setting offsides to 0 significantly helps the running game for the CPU. Don't ask me. I don't know. I'm in the scheme world and in the Dynasty world. I just take the sliders that are on Operation Sports and I plug them in, and if I like them, I keep them. So for the next game against Troy, we're going back to All-American. We're setting the slider for offsides to 0, and we're going to see how that goes. I would like to hopefully have a good slider set by the end of this season. By the end of season 1, I want to have a slider set that I'm comfortable with and that I think gives me good results. I've been thinking it sometimes that, man, is it really, it feels a bit bad that we started 5-0. I wanted a bit more of a challenge, but then I have to consider that we're only a couple of plays away from having 2 losses. We are literally 1 yard away from losing against Houston, and we're a strip sack and a fantastic field goal last second from Chase Allen away from going to overtime against Georgia Southern, and who knows what happens there. So the way I see it, we're a couple of plays away from being 3-2. We blew out Louisiana. We blew out Marshall, as you can see here. They are driving, though. A pretty good drive being put on here by Zion Turner and the Marshall offense. But I think overall the game's played pretty well. I did want to highlight this play. I don't know if you saw it, but Andrew Alway got decleated. This is Jalen Slappy, the preseason all-conference guard for Marshall, putting our best linebacker on his butt and taking him down. However, Zion Turner, he would lose the football here, and it's recovered by Play Wyatt. I am almost certain that Turner was down, but it appears that the booth does not actually review any calls in this game, and the CPU did not challenge it, so we get the ball back. But I think the game has been fairly challenging. I think that we just had a great upset in week 1. Defense made a great play last week against Georgia Southern, and we've had a couple blowouts. Our schedule does get a bit tougher as we move on through the rest of the season, so I do hope to face a little bit more of a challenge, but again, we're in the Sun Belt. This is the worst ranked conference in college football. If we're in and out of here in a couple of seasons and moving to, say, the American or to a better Group of 5 conference, I'm okay with it. So I think overall, the Dynasty's been really, really fun. I like how the game's been playing, especially when we're winning. That's always fun. We get a kneel out from Patrick Creighton. The backups got to play a little bit. You see, we just basically fell on the football the second half, and Marshall didn't really do anything. Chase Jenkins had 201 passing yards, again, despite us basically running the entire second half. And the Owls moved to 5-0 with this 34-7 victory. So a very dominant showing as we begin to bring the first half of this season to a close. And I'm very happy with how our team is playing. I've had a lot of fun creating content for this Dynasty and the Chalk Talk series. I really appreciate the support that's been happening on that. But we're going to go ahead and get out of here after taking a quick look at what Marshall was able to do against us. You see, we ran the ball 36 times. 26 carries for 110 yards, 4.2 yards per carry for Marshall. Pretty good when you also consider that they did take a couple of sacks, and sacks do count against rushing yards in college football. I think the running performance is actually very good here, and I was prepared to go into the Troy game with these sliders and was pretty happy with how they played. I think we just got a very favorable situation against Marshall by scoring fast. They missed a field goal. We scored fast again, and their game script got all screwed up from there. But I'm very happy with how the Dynasty's been playing. I think that you will start to see a bit more of a challenge as we face some better teams in our conference in the second half of the schedule. And we also get to play SMU in a couple of weeks. And just spoiler alert, SMU is ranked. They are ranked, I believe, now 14th in the country in this Dynasty, heading into week 6 in our Troy game. So that's a fun matchup to look forward to as we continue to try and win Texas. But as far as what to expect for the next episode, I want to begin by talking recruiting and then get into the Troy game. I don't think it'll be a doubleheader. I want to see how long the recruiting talk takes as we highlight what we've been trying to do here and some of the guys that are close to committing to us, because I haven't talked about it yet. But if we get through the Troy game pretty quickly and say it's been half an hour and we get maybe a quick game in our next week, we can possibly consider doing another doubleheader. Take a look at our conference standings. We are 5-0, first in conference. UAB second. Georgia Southern is third. Georgia State fourth. North Texas will face both Georgia Southern and Georgia State and North Texas in the second half of our schedule. So we'll start to see some better competition. But that's going to do it for today. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. We're going to get one quick look here at the team as we go into the next week of our Troy game. See, championship contender up to a C-. Not too bad, not too shabby. Brand exposure is a B-. I have no idea where that's coming from. And here's the top 25 poll for the season. I do like that we're seeing a bit more undefeated teams. There are a couple 2-loss teams in there, but nothing too shabby. If you did enjoy this episode, however, go ahead, leave a like, go ahead and subscribe so you can follow along and stick around as we continue to try to build Rice into a very competitive program. Thank you very much for the support on the past few videos. It means the world to me, and I'm going to make sure to keep on pumping out content for you all here. Next video should be a Chalk Talk. Hope you tune in, and I will see you next time. Take care.